Okay. We'll call the special meeting for the Civil Service Commission on Wednesday, March 2nd, 2022 at 5 p.m. Actually, it's 5:07 to order. We have some people that are visiting us on Zoom. So we'll have the call to order. All four members are present. Item number 1 is public comment. This time is made available for comments from the public on matters within the Civil Service Commission's jurisdiction that are not on the agenda. Each speaker will be limited to 3 minutes. We don't have anybody, so we'll move on to item 2, the public hearing for the amendment to ordinance section 2.57.090, rule 6-20.
Yes, Commissioners, this is a request to amend the ordinance as presented. We do have members online on Zoom that may be able to answer more questions regarding the changes. What would happen after the public hearing is that the changes will be taken to the board for a first and a second reading before they're implemented, and then we will have to wait 30 days after that. So if there's any specific questions regarding the ordinance change, we would have to open the public hearing first, address those, then close it, and then make a motion for the changes.
Okay. So at this time,
You need to open the public hearing.
so this will be that's what I thought I just did.
You actually have to open it and say you're opening the,
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll open the public hearing for the amendment of the ordinance section 2.57.090, rule 6-20.
you guys have any questions?
I just have one quick one, which is, I understand the reason for it, but after the election, in the post-election counting, what action has to be taken when these temporary people go away? I mean, do they just say thank you and that's it, or is it more formal?
I will defer to our clerk and see if they can answer that question.
When it says no fiscal impact, I would imagine that means that there's no we're not bound to further employment or additional compensation, right?
Right,
Correct.
but if I'm a poll worker and I come in and they say, okay, you're going to work 15 days ahead and we may need you for 8 days after, how does the person know, okay, you are no longer a poll worker, you're done with your duty? I mean,
Becky or Justin, can you guys respond to that?
Sure, I can take that. Good evening, Justin White, the Chief Assistant County Clerk Recorder. All of these employees are extra help, and that is generally the rule for all extra help employees, and I'll defer to Elba to explain the rules regarding extra help employees, but when they're no longer needed, we simply let them know that there's no more available work. Now, it is true that many of these poll workers will come back and do it again. We do prefer our vote center representatives to have experience, but once the election's over and once we've finished the work that we need them for, they're simply informed that their services are no longer needed for that election.
okay, works for me.
And they're aware of this in their job announcement. Well,
Yeah, they're very aware of it. Most of the experienced ones know pretty much just how much they're going to work, and then the new ones are informed during the interview process.
If I could add to that, Rebecca Martinez, Clerk Recorder Registrar, the people that we bring on as vote center representatives, they know that they are only here for as long as that election is open for voting, but starts about 11 days prior to, and they do receive training before that. There's maybe 1 or 2 that we have to keep afterward because there's other things that we have to do, like reconciling and record keeping and things of that sort. But the bulk of the workers that we use for the election, they'll be released shortly after. Well, they're typically gone after Election Day.
any other
If
questions?
that helps.
That does. Any other questions? Okay, then we'll close the public hearing at this time. And now we'll go into open session.
Take a motion?
and
I
take a
move
motion.
to adopt.
Okay, we have a motion. Joe, do you have a second? All right, we have a motion and a second. Roll call.
I'm sorry, who's second? Because I
I-
heard Rios too.
Okay,
I don't know if our mics were turned off, but I officially second.
I seconded.
Okay.
Okay, we have a second and a
Doesn't
third.
matter.
Roll call.
Okay, 1 second.
I couldn't hear.
Commissioner Atwood,
Yes.
Commissioner Rios, Commissioner Perez,
Yes.
Commissioner Fry.
Yes.
We have a 4-0 vote to approve.
Okay, item 3, staff reports.
nothing to report.
All right, item number 4, adjournment. Entertain a motion.
I move to adjourn.
Okay, we have a
I'll
motion
second
and
it.
a second.
Thank
We're
you very
adjourned.
much.
Thank you, ladies.
Good old formalities.